Ockford does very well to sense that danger. He sees Colin Fernandez have a lot of space in front of him. He bypasses the midfield, but Jimmy Ockford steps up and wins that tackle.
And they're going to give a yellow to Kisipley here. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Let's take another look here. Kisipley coming in, trying to make a play on the ball. Let's take a look. Well, got his foot in there in a pretty hard trip. And I don't think Seth wanted to look at the referee. Maybe he knew it was coming.
No, it's unfortunate because he is going for the ball, but he just catches him late.
So another set-piece opportunity for Kaffa, who's had a few of them here tonight. None of them have given Tulsa much of a great look. Reno's played him well so far.
Yeah, Reno's done a very good job of winning these balls in the air. Tulsa's also been missing Sventensen.
That's not an easy one to say.
No, it is not. But he is dangerous in the air, so Reno can feel fortunate that he's not in the lineup after all these set pieces.
Nice job in the air himself by Tarbell, coming up to pull that one down. Yeah, Ian Sventensen, we expected to see him in this game, 6'6", and really the type of target Reno has not had to deal with this year.
Not a lot of guys that size in soccer, even in the USL, that is known for their bigger, more physical players. He's someone who can win a lot of balls in the air.
Kelly trying to play it for Chris Weehan, and it's knocked away by Tulsa. Brent Richards on the throw-in. Gets it into Lindo Mafeka.
Mafeka's been having some trouble finding support whenever he gets. Oh, he does well to win the ball up high again.
Mafeka finds Weehan. Up to Kisipley. Going back to Weehan and almost in. He tried to loop it over the head of Byers and just barely able to get it as Reno almost cracked open this 0-0 game.
Looks like it took a deflection off of Corrales, who almost beat his own keeper, but Byers is very aware and deals with the danger well.
Kimura. Jaime Ayala. LaGrassa gets his shin in there. Weehan gets it back to LaGrassa. Now Seth Kisipley. Dane Kelly. Open O, trying to find it back to Kelly, and cleared away again by Corrales. Quickly on the counterattack, here comes Tulsa, led by Kaffa and Calistri. Now they'll back it up. Jaime Ayala, the 26-year-old from Mexico. Back to Kimura, 33-year-old from Kobe, Japan.
A lot of experience in MLS. Kosuke Kimura played for a few years with Colorado Rapids.
Has some MLS time with the Rapids, the Timbers, also New York, 171 career MLS games. Oh, it splits the wickets. This is a chance here for Tulsa.
That's a
good job by Kisipley sliding in and taking that away. That was dangerous there for a second as
great little nutmeg.
Calistri was able to find the legs here and set him up a shot.
Great nutmeg from Calistri and able to win that corner kick for Kaffa.
Reno's done a good job of these spots, but you don't certainly want to give Kaffa this many opportunities from the corner.
Like we said before, he's a threat on set pieces, and after this many, you might be thinking they might get a little bit closer each time.
Tarbell with his right fist punches that one out of the air.
It was well done from Tarbell. Doesn't risk catching it in that many numbers in the box and just punches it away for the throw-in. Well done from Dane Kelly to get on that pass from Openo, and he has plenty of space.
Kelly takes a right-footed strike, and he'll send that one into the grassy area. Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Field. And boy, what a spectacular night here this evening. The sun is setting off to the west and beautiful pink clouds off into the distance. Very comfortable night here at the park. And really for a Wednesday night, I'm actually impressed with how many people have showed up this evening. Not to say the team hasn't had great support, because they've had a phenomenal attendance, showing top 10 in the USL this year. But on a Wednesday night, maybe expecting a dip, but I don't think we've seen much of that at all.
Who wouldn't want to enjoy a beautiful early summer night with a Nevada sunset? Great night to watch some soccer here at Greater Nevada Field.
Richards, dangerous for Tulsa, and Corrales will knock it away, and that'll set up a corner kick here in the 42nd minute. Chris Weehan got his first goal a couple weeks ago in Phoenix. A prolific goal scorer in college. Here he comes from the corner. Headed twice and cleared away. What a job. But here comes Weehan again, trying for the second chance. Kelly. Now LaGrassa can't get it. Weehan again. Ockford headed. Goal! Jimmy Ockford breaks the scoreless tie. It's 1-0 Reno.
And that's a great header from Jimmy Ockford. Tulsa almost cleared it out after the corner, but Chris Weehan keeps it in play, keeps things dangerous, and floats the ball into Jimmy Ockford at the top of the 6 to head home.
Second game in a row for Jimmy Ockford, a headed goal. And that was just a phenomenal display of resiliency for the Reno offense, as Tulsa did a great job really on that initial corner kick. They save a goal, and then after a couple of whiffs, you keep on going, and eventually it's Ockford who is able to misdirect it past Brian Byers to give Reno the 1-0 advantage.
We saw it against Seattle, but that is the last man you want to leave open in the box. Jimmy Ockford's so strong in the air, and if he has that space, he's going to be able to put that away. Well done, Jimmy Ockford.
Coming up at halftime here in the broadcast, you'll hear from Jimmy Ockford. Had a chance to chat with him earlier this week over at practice. And he is really playing well for 1868. He's a guy that is regarded as being great in the air, and he has shown that in the last 2 matches with goals in the stoppage time on Saturday against Seattle, and now here in the 43rd minute against Tulsa.
It will make Ian Russell's halftime talk a lot easier going in with that 1-0 lead. And we'll have to see how Tulsa respond to this going down, because they've done very well so far this game.
Kaffa, dangerous ball in the box there, goes over the heads of the men he's looking for. Weehan will play it forward. Now it's Richards. Up to Weehan. Matt LaGrassa.
LaGrassa finds space to run and then can find Dane Kelly out on the right.
Kelly looking to get it into Openo. Gets tangled up inside with Bourgeois. Reno making one more play at it. Here comes Richards again. Mafeka. Openo. Dane Kelly. Left-footed strike. Kelly almost had it.
And it's still in play for Lino Mafeka, but he tries to square it and Tulsa deals with it. And here's Calistri on the run.
What a great attempt there from Dane Kelly. Even better save by Byers. That was a fantastic job.
That's a good save.
Not much more that Kelly could have done there in that spot.
That's a good save from Byers. Dane Kelly loves to hit those low-driven shots from outside the box. A lot of the guys when they shoot outside the box, they'll try and hit it high, but Dane Kelly has had a lot of success driving it low and being that keeper in the low corner. But Byers does well to get down.
Final seconds here in the first half. They added a minute of stoppage time, as they should be blowing the whistle for halftime here any second now. Colby advances up to Kasipli. Will they take one more run at it? Kasipli up to Openo. Open O. Looking to get to Kelly, and the goal kick from Byers will end the first half of play. But for the second consecutive game here at Greater Nevada Field, it's Reno taking the advantage into halftime, 1-0. After the headed goal from Jimmy Ockford. We'll come back with more United Soccer League action right after this. You're listening and watching the USL on My 21 TV.
We needed that, man.
Fans, it's time for the great.
That was going to be a really frustrating second half of that didn't go in.
T-shirt toss.
They know exactly how to frustrate us.
The T-shirt toss is presented by Greater Nevada Credit Union and Greater Nevada Mortgage, the official finance service providers of the Reno 1868 FC. Visit gncu.org today to learn more. Thank you to our official Reno 1868 pub partners, Oski's Pub and Grill, the Old Bridge Pub, the Mellow Fellow Gastro Pub, O'Cleary's Irish Pub, Legends Grill, El Rincon Restaurant, Great Basin Brewing Company, Harris Reno, Tamarack Junction Casino, and Buffalo Wild Wings. Follow Reno 1868 throughout the season to learn about the away watch parties at these locations. Avoid a penalty. Look both ways when crossing the street. Drink responsibly and hold your child's hand.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Reno 1868 broadcaster Alex Margulies with center back Jimmy Ockford, and you guys are coming off of a wild home win over Seattle, 6-0. You finished it off with a goal in the final second. They're calling it a walk-off, which I didn't know was possible in soccer. And how crazy was that game for you guys?
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was so much, it was just a fun game to play, you know. I mean, came out strong. It was definitely a battle first 20, 25 minutes. But then once we got the first goal, kind of relaxed a little bit. They kind of sat back, kept the ball, put 2 more in the first half, and then 4 actually, 4 in the first half. And then we knew we could just keep the ball, keep doing our thing, and just have fun with it.
How did it feel to put that ball in the back of the net there at the last second and get your first goal with Reno?
It felt amazing, especially against my old club too. Put the nail in the coffin. So, I mean, it was brilliant, and the fans were so loud too the whole time, which is perfect. Being able to score in front of them, in front of the Battleborn Brigade, so it was cool.
You guys got off to a slow start this season, but really starting to catch fire. A 4-0 win over Phoenix, 6-0 win over Seattle. What's been the difference maker for this team?
I think our confidence is just keep building and building. I mean, getting better every day, training hard, and we know we can do it. We know we can compete with any team in the league. We know we can beat any team in the league. Now we just got to show it, keep the results coming, keep scoring goals.
The Battleborn Brigade has been an awesome side of this team, and the fan support, I think, for an expansion team has been great. From players' perspective, what's it been like being a part of this expansion team and seeing kind of soccer growing here in Northern Nevada?
It's been amazing. I mean, we knew that there was a buzz about it coming in. I mean, I heard about it when I first signed, that there was a great buzz, and they get louder and louder every game. I mean, we've seen more and more coming out, more and more fans behind the goal. They're cheering for the full 90, standing the full 90, so it's unbelievable to be a part of. It's really, really cool.
All right, so you're from the East Coast, just outside of Philly. What's it been like being out here on the West Coast and getting to enjoy part of Northern Nevada and California? It's a pretty neat area, isn't it?
Oh, it's very cool. It's beautiful out here. The scenes are unbelievable. A little different than the East Coast, that's for sure. I'm a big fan of the weather out here personally, where back east, you go outside, it's humid, you go out, get sticky, start sweating right away. Where here, it's little drier heat, but fresher it feels. So I'm enjoying it for sure.
All right, what would have been some of your favorite spots to explore?
Down Lake Tahoe, for sure. Been there 2 or 3 times so far, but I've been waiting for the summer to kind of get down there more and more. But because I heard in summer it's awesome, great time. I hear the water's a little cold though, just like an ice bath. So good regen sesh.
Yeah, definitely. It's an adjustment, but as summer goes on, you'll enjoy the splash for sure down there.
Yeah.
Jimmy Ockford, center back for Reno 1868. Really appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Good luck for the rest of the
Thank
season.
you.
All right, I'm Alex Margulies. He's Jimmy Ockford. We'll be right back.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans, in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit USLD3.com.
Lead on the Tulsa Roughnecks, and it was an interesting first half, Colin. Again, there was the surprise with Tulsa coming out in that 3-3-3 and it stacked up a lot of bodies in the middle of the field, and it took into the final minutes of that first half for Reno to break through.
Yeah, Tulsa tried to counter that dangerous midfield of Kasipli, Wehan, and Mfeka by putting a lot of numbers in the middle, and it's been working out well for them up until the Jimmy Ockford header.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights, and you know, Colin, this game got a little chippy in the early goings. Juan Pablo Kafa getting into it here with Lindo Mfeka. Mfeka draws the yellow card, and that would bring both teams over, and looked like things were starting to simmer a bit there in the first half. And then Reno starting to get something going. Kelly, an early miss in the first half, and eventually Reno was able to get that first goal on what would come from a corner kick. This was kind of the resumption of that corner, and it was Jimmy Ockford who got his head on a played ball from Kip Colby, and that is how Reno got the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and you'll see that they want to get a lot of numbers around the ball, and a lot of people stepped to Chris Wehan, but no one was there to mark Jimmy Ockford, and he had a free header.
A lot of talk about what Ockford did there. That was a great ball by Chris Wehan.
Oh, with his weak left foot, it was a fantastic ball from Chris Wehan to find Ockford in the top of the 6.
And then right before halftime, Reno almost made it a 2-0 lead as Kelly put a strong boot into one, but Byers a terrific diving stop to prevent this game from going any further. So a 1-0 score, and that's what we've got here to start the second half of play. And if you're Reno 1868, and now that you've seen what Tulsa's done with that 3-3-3-1 formation, how do you try and counter that a little bit differently here in the second half?
Well, I think they have a little bit of a weakness out wide by having all those numbers in the box. So if Openo keeps continuing those runs in the corner, and if they keep drawing people in for that cross to come in from behind, then I think they can grab another one. But they'll have to be careful Kasipli and Mfeka especially have to be careful not to get more fouls, because this game has gotten a little bit out of control, and last thing Reno 1868 would want is to go a man down.
Now, when they play a formation like that, are they basically saying, all right, we want to take out Reno's midfielders and force those forwards to kind of have to live on an island a little bit?
That's exactly what they want to do. They saw the amount of support that Kelly and Openo got from their midfielders like Mfeka and Kasipli and Wehan, and they know that if they isolate them, then they're not going to be able to take on 3-4 guys on their own. So preventing that transition from Reno 1868, not only with getting a lot of numbers, but all the fouling they're doing, has been very successful for them so far, and they have had a good first half. They've played well.
For the Tulsa Roughnecks, as you go into halftime, what do you think David Badrul is telling his team? I mean, they didn't play a bad first half by any stretch. I mean, it was very evenly played, but how do they make adjustments here to try and come back and tie or win this game in the second half?
I think in the midfield they keep doing the same thing, but maybe find their striker Mata a little bit more, try and find him in behind that center-back partnership of Ockford and Morel, and maybe be a little more clinical and dangerous on their set pieces. They've had a lot of them and haven't had very many good chances.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Tulsa will make any substitutions in the second half. We expected to see striker Ian Savuntesson, a 23-year-old from Orlando. He has been a dangerous 6'6" threat, and that was really something Reno had been planning for. I know this week was Ian Savuntesson, and have not seen him yet. Maybe Tulsa goes to him in the second half. Other than that, I think, like you said, they've had a lot of opportunities from those corner kicks, and I think they'd like to see maybe a little bit more of opportunities on the goal from some of those corners, and maybe a little bit more from that.
I think that's what they're going to be going for. To have Kaffa put in those deliveries and try to get more off of it.
Reno came into the game with 2 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. 3 losses and 2 draws. I'll say that again. So 2 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws. And Tulsa, they had come in 4 wins and 4 losses. For Reno, this is a big game for them tonight, because if they can get a victory, it'll vault them from where they were at, kind of in the bottom third of the Western Conference. It'll put them right in the middle half and right on the line between being a playoff team or not.
Yeah, they'll be able to pass Vancouver and be on 11 points of that victory. So they're hoping to hold on in the second 45 and get a win.
Reno is behind a couple games compared to some of the other clubs in the circuit. Even the Roughnecks, they've played 8 matches And for them tonight, they're 9th, where it is only Reno's 8th here this evening. Here's a look at the Reno 1868 coming out in their Spine Nevada jerseys. And ready to go as they have switched sides with the Tulsa Roughnecks, the affiliate of the Chicago Fire. A 1-0 Reno lead after a late goal. Chris Wehan playing it in for Jimmy Ockford, who scores in back-to-back games with a headed goal. And we'll see if Reno can hang on here in the second half to win their 3rd consecutive USL match. And overall, it would be 4 consecutive wins if you include the victory in the U.S. Open Cup last week up in Seattle.
I think the key for Reno in this second half is not to play the game into Tulsa's hands. They need to play their own style and not let the chippiness of this game get to them, because the last thing they want is to go down a man.
And they did have 2 yellow cards in the first half. Mafeka and Kisipli cited for yellows. There was one for Tulsa as well, and that went against Jaime Ayala. So Dane Kelly in those yellow cleats will approach the ball, has his signal, and we are underway here in the second half from downtown Reno. No changes for either side here to start the second 45 minutes. As Ockford plays it forward, little touch pass from Kisipli up towards Opano, and he's tripped up with a whistle blown, and Corrales is not happy about it.
That's a nice pass to find Kisipli between the lines, who puts a good one through ball pass to Opano and is able to get that foul.
Now to look at it here, you see Corrales with a little bit of a shoulder check there to knock over Opano. And a set piece chance here early in the second half for Reno. Chris Wehan into the box, and nice job there. Byers coming up and taking it into his own hands to pull that one away.
Yeah, Byers does well to claim that. Chris Wehan might want to put in a more driven ball to be able to get past Byers, because that's an easy catch for him.
Again, ball played very far forward by Byers, trying to give his offense an opportunity to get going, but here comes Reno back the other way. Lindo Mafeka serves it up to Kip Colvey, coming up from the defensive backfield.
It looks like Reno's midfield's trying to play the ball quicker. They're trying to hit someone like Kasipli's feet, who then is trying to hit that through ball. That's how they're going to be able to break that congested midfield of Tulsa Roughnecks.
Richards had it taken away, but back towards La Grassa, played up by Morel. Colby once again. Kasipli into the box. Mafeka, Kelly, and Kelly goes wide of the net. But both of those guys with opportunities here in the opening minutes of the second half.
Once again, a very dangerous ball over the top by Kasipli, and Mafeka's able to get a touch, and Dane Kelly gets onto it, but well handled by Corrales.
Just got enough of it to knock it away, and a corner kick coming up again for Chris Wehan. Into the box, punched away this time by Byers, and whistle blown as it looks like Jordan Morel is slow to get up. He's holding his right quad.
It looks like Byers catches on the aftermath after punching it out, but the ref gives the foul Tulsa's way.
Good job again on the corner kick from Brian Byers. Last time he ran up and grabbed it out of the air, and this time he raced up and punched it away.
It was a more driven ball by Chris Wehan, but Byers did very well that time to handle it. But Reno will be hoping that Jordan Morel's okay. He's the key to that defensive partnership. And Reno has done very well with having that consistent back four and having Jimmy Ockford and Jordan Morel together.
Just saw the replay, and you can see Byers coming up kind of barreling over Morrell from behind. And he is still slow to get up off the ground. Here tonight at the Greater Nevada Field, and Greater Nevada Credit Union is the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Field.
Jordan Morrell is slow to get off the field. He is walking with a heavy limp. Reno will have to be worried about that.
I wasn't sure if it caught his knee or if it was just maybe just a real tough shot to the thigh, which, you know, kind of a deep kind of a bruise kind of a situation, but clearly taking a couple extra minutes there to shake that one off.
Yeah, but it looks like he's walking better off to the sideline with the athletic trainer, Steve Patera, so he should be able to come off after the goalkeeper takes this.
Byers boots one. Headed back by Ockford. Opano got his chest in front of it, knocked it out of bounds, and Colin Fernandez with the throw in. A couple players loosening up for both Reno and for Tulsa in the background. Could see some substitutions soon here in the second half. Here's Brady, Blue. Kimura. Kosuke Kimura, not only a player on this team, he's actually an assistant coach.
Yeah, his experience has to be valuable for the other players in Tulsa Roughnecks, and David Vadrew obviously recognized that and named him as one of his assistant coaches. He brings a lot to the table, both on the field and his experience in training.
Here comes Richards the other way. Ayala tries to get in front of him. Richard gets away from him, though. Tries to center it for Opano. And a good job, Corrales, again, able to knock it away.
Richards does well to ride that tackle and get that cross off, but unfortunately doesn't find anybody.
Here's David Vadril on the bench there in the pink tie. Played the MLS from 1996 to 2002. Finished his career with the Chicago Fire and now working for this Fire affiliate in Tulsa. Mafeka plays it forward for Kelly. Back to Mafeka. Going back and forth. Dane Kelly will back it away now from the box. Over to Weehan. Morrell will slide it back forward. Weehan.
That's a good touch from Weehan.
Kelly. Mafeka trying to get the loose ball, but can't get it to where they want it to go, and the Roughnecks once again clear it away. Here's Ballou near the sideline. Simply heading it back towards Mafeka.
Mafeka with that low center of gravity is able to ride that challenge. He's so hard to knock off the ball.
Weehan giving chase along with Kimura, and Kimura will play it off of Weehan and go to the throw-in. Kimura last appearing in the MLS back in 2014. 5 career goals. And 171 MLS appearances. Between him and Juan Kafa, those two have played a lot of meaningful soccer.
A lot of top flight soccer, and for these guys who haven't played outside the USL, their experience is vital.
Sipley sliding down, trying to get that one away from Fernandez. Richards helps him win it back. Gets it up to Matt LaGrassa.
Nice little footwork from Brent Richards to find Matt LaGrassa there.
Good timing there. Opano, along with Kelly, they had numbers, but a nice job there. And once again, it's Jorge Corrales, the 26-year-old from Cuba, He has done a really good job in some pressure situations tonight.
Oh, he has. He's had a very good game, Corrales.
Weehan hesitated on that one there. I think he's kicking himself a little bit. He could have raced up and maybe stolen that one away and set something up towards goal. Instead, Tulsa takes still a 1-0 Reno 1868 lead. Kelly trying to race through a couple defenders, can't get to it before Byers sends it back the other way. LaGrassa again, he's been active. Mafeka up to Opano. Antoine Opano tripped up in the box. Is there going to be a whistle this time? And it looked like there finally may be a penalty kick. Antoine Opano, he was so good in that match against Seattle, twice taken down in the box, and that was a hard takedown there with a chance at goal. And still trying to see what they're deciding here, but it looks like a yellow card is coming out for the Tulsa Roughnecks.
He does such a good job to get to the other side of Corrales, and Corrales just comes in late, and Opano's able to win yet another penalty kick. And we'll see if Dane Kelly can convert again for his 7th goal in his last 3 games.
Well, Kaffa's not happy about it, and neither is Corrales, and they tried to sell it. I don't know if there's much of an argument there against the yellow card and the penalty kick, though.
I understand where they're coming from because Corrales got a little bit of the ball, but it was still in Opano's path. That's the key to it, is it was still in Opano's path, and he still had a clear shot. So it is a penalty for me.
So here we go. Dane Kelly, he was perfect in penalty kicks last week. He will go for his 9th goal of the season. He already leads the United Soccer League this year and in his 6-year career. 57 career goals, and now another yellow card is coming out, and it looks like that one's going to Juan Kaffa. And I think the official has just gotten tired at this point in the game of hearing from Juan Kaffa. He has been very vocal since the start of this match.
He has been constantly in the ref's ear, which the captain is allowed to do, but you have to feel that he was saying some not so savory things to the referee.
So 2 yellows, and now the penalty kick, and it's blocked by Byers. Second chance, goal! Dane Kelly again, battle born.
And goalkeeper does very good job of saving the penalty, but Dane Kelly's quick on the rebound. He's able to put it away and jump in the celebration with the Battleborn Brigade.
What a great second chance effort there by Dane Kelly. Blocked by Byers, a fantastic job the first time, and then he beats Kimura back to the ball for his 9th goal of the season and career USL goal number 58 as 1868 grabs a 2-0 lead.
What an incredible USL career and an incredible season so far for Dane Kelly.
Dane Kelly cannot be stopped right now in the United Soccer League. As you mentioned now, 7 goals in his last 3 matches.
And 9 overall for the season. He leads the goal scoring charts in USL.
Tulsa trying to quickly put together something on the counter. A little more aggressive than we've seen them so far tonight. Here's Kaffa. Kaffa left-footed strike in past the diving arm of Andrew Tarbell. That's pretty good look there by Juan Pablo Kaffa.
That's some good passing combination from Tulsa to be able to find Juan Kaffa in that space, and he tries to hit one from long out, but just wide of Andrew Tarbell's post.
Tarbell in good position there, following that one all the way to the post as it went just a couple feet wide. Tarbell going for his first clean sheet here in the USL. He did give up 2 goals in his last start. That was against Orange County, the very early part of the season. Here comes Seth Kasipli. He might have a chance at it. Centers it for Opano, and look at that job by Kimura. What a fantastic headed performance there to keep that one out of harm's way.
That's good defense from Kimura. He gets his body in front of Opano, makes sure he can't get a run up, and then puts it out for a corner kick.
If his head doesn't get in the way there, Opano might connect on his first goal in a Reno 1868 uniform. So a headed goal from Jimmy Ockford, then the penalty kick from Kelly. See if Weehan can add one here from the corner. LaGrassa with a good head there and a leaping stop by Byers, who continues to be really good in goal.
That's a theme of Reno 1868's corner kicks. They try to find Matt LaGrossa on the far post. One corner kick earlier in the season, he headed it back across for a goal for Jordan Morrell.
Good effort there on LaGrossa's header, and an even better job by Byers on the defense.
All right, fans, one more time. Let's make some noise for this corner.
Weehan once again from the corner, and this time a whistle blown. And they're going to give it back to Byers to kick it away. Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And you can also stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to the USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays, 9 Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Coors Light reminds you to celebrate every climb safely. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Looks like we'll see Luis Felipe Fernandez come in for Reno 1868, the Brazilian midfielder who played last year at Fort Lauderdale Strikers.
Got a chance to see a little bit of Fernandez in Saturday's match against Seattle. Came in as a second half substitution.
Also played 120 minutes in the Open Cup last week. He's gotten a lot of time in his short stay so far here in Reno. And here we also see Tulsa substitution. Joaquin Rivas from my neck of the woods played 4 years at UNLV in Las Vegas.
Just made the announcement. It sounds like Fernandez will take over for Seth Kasipli in the midfield.
Seth Kasipli's had a good game. He's had some trouble with the amount of bodies around him, but he's done well, and he's hit a couple dangerous balls over the top and controlled the game well.
Lindo Mafeka sends it back for Kip Colby. Now it's LaGrossa. Up to Kasipli. Now Dane Kelly. Crosses it. Lindo Mafeka. Left-footed strike, and it's in! Off the post and good! Lindo Mafeka!
Lindo Mafeka has a lot of space on that far post. Tulsa keeps trying to get numbers into the man with the ball, and they're able to find Lindo Mafeka with acres of room in that far post, and it's a brilliant finish into that far post, off the post and in.
I don't think there's any way Byers was expecting that ball was going to come off his left foot and go where that ball just did.
Oh no, with that outside of the left foot, it hits that spin right beyond his reach and into the goal. Fantastic goal from Lindo Mafeka.
Absolutely brilliant goal from Mafeka, who has been such a spark plug coming down from San Jose. That is already his second goal to go along with 2 assists in only 3 starts in a Reno 1868 uniform.
I think he's been key to this transformation for Reno 1868. Since he's gotten into the lineup, looking at a 3-game win streak for Reno 1868, assuming they hold this up, and it's due to his goals, his assists, and his work off the ball as well. He's a fantastic talent.
Our goals presented by Audi Reno Tahoe, as Mata comes up there, and they're going to throw the flag up in the air.
Yeah, Mata does well to drift off of Jordan Morrell, but he's just offside.
They did make the substitution. Kasipli out, Luis Felipe Fernandez in, and our substitutions presented by the Les Schwab Tire Center. Fans, Coors Light reminds you that every climb deserves a refreshing finish, and every night deserves a safe ending. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Greater beer, great responsibility. Lindo Mafeka. Here's Fernandez wearing number 96. Plays it back for LaGrossa. Chris Weehan. Back to Ockford and Morrell. Dangerous ball there. LaGrassa just trying to get it back to Ockford. He almost set something up there for Tulsa with a couple of numbers there in the backfield.
Yeah, Ockford does well to get his body against Joaquin Rivas to make sure he doesn't get through from that sloppy back pass from Matt LaGrassa, which is uncharacteristic of him today. Matt LaGrassa has been very good in his passing so far.
Yeah, he's been really good these last couple matches. And talking to Ian Russell, LaGrassa, not a guy that started this season, but at this point he feels like he has really cemented himself in that midfield spot as that kind of defensive midfielder. He's been so good these last few weeks.
Oh, he's a coach's dream, Matt LaGrassa. He will put in 100% and do everything you ask of him without a single question. He will work his tail off constantly in that defensive mid position, or even wherever you put him, whether it be right back or box-to-box mid, which he's also played this season.
Fantastic job by Jimmy Ockford getting a ball out of harm's way as Andrew Tarbell now sent his team forward. Throw it over to Kip Colby. Colby turns on the Jets. Looking to find Dane Kelly and a go out of bounds. How about this recent play from Reno 1868? A 4-0 decision on the road in Phoenix. They win in Seattle in their second round matchup of the U.S. Open Cup. They come home and just absolutely dominate the third place team in the circuit in the Seattle Sounders 6-0. And now here tonight taking on a pretty talented Tulsa team, and they have really been in control of this one ever since Jimmy Ockford found the back of the net towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, 13 goals for, 0 against in their last 3 games. That is a very impressive turnaround for Reno 1868, and they're showing that they're a team to be feared in this Western Conference.
So a couple of substitutions for the Roughnecks. Madhu Jadama and Ian Savantesson have come in. And those are 2 guys that are usually starters for Tulsa. I was a little curious not to see them in the starting lineup here tonight. Another shot here, and it's Opano! Antoine Opano finds the back of the net. And Reno just cannot be stopped right now.
Reno are running away with this game once again. That's a smart ball from Chris Weehan. Dane Kelly leaves it for Opano, and Opano finishes it one time in the back of the net.
Unbelievable. What a selfless play there by Kelly, too. Look, he saw Opano coming. He could have himself stepped in and maybe put his left foot into that one. Instead, he lets Opano come up and finish his first goal in a Reno 1868 uniform, and that was a beauty.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic of Dane Kelly. He always wants to get in the score sheet, but with the amount of penalties that Opano has earned for him in the last 2 games, you'd think he'd want his strike partner to get one.
So Opano, who has 7 Major League Soccer goals to his name, now has a goal to his name with Reno 1868. Savon Tesson in, you can see him there. He's a very, very big target, 6 foot 6 inches tall. You can see him with a long ponytail running towards the box right now. We'll keep an eye on him throughout the rest of the match.
He'll be a handful in the air. As good in the air as Jimmy Ockford is, Seven Tesson's a big boy, and he'll be looking to get on the end of some crosses.
So Seven Tesson in, Colin Fernandez out. And again, our substitutions presented by the Les Schwab Tire Center.
I think they're going for a more traditional 4 in the back with a target man striker, something that we expected to see from them in the beginning. They tried to experiment. It worked out well, but then it all fell apart after the Jimmy Ockford goal.
Kelly might have another chance here, and almost had another. Just tipped off of the fingertips of Byers, and that should be a corner kick.
Yeah, Jadama's first play in the game. He's put on skates by Dane Kelly, who cuts in and cuts out and then cuts in and then cuts out. Great play from Dane Kelly, and tries to find the cross.
USL is the most prominent second division professional league in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with the latest league news and information by visiting uslsoccer.com. You can also follow them on Twitter at USL. So that'll be the end of the night for Dane Kelly, Junior Burgos, who will head out very soon to play for his national team in El Salvador. But before he does, he'll get a chance to come in the second half here tonight in the final 25 minutes of this match.
Looks like he's calling off Chris Weehan in the corner, and his first play of the game is going to be putting this in and try to find somebody's head. And just a little too far from Junior Burgos, but Matt LaGrassa keeps it in play.
Fans, you can learn the beautiful game from your very own Reno 1868 players. Sign up for 1868 FC's inaugural season camps and elite training, starting at only $199 per child. Learning more at Reno1868.com. Junior Burgos from the corner. Popped it up, headed by LaGrassa, and kicked away out of trouble as here comes Tulsa very quickly the other way.
That same play we talked about earlier where you find Matt LaGrassa in the far post, and he's going to head it back across and try to find someone on top of the 6, but no one was there for it.
Also really looking forward to this, Colin. Reno 1868 in partnership with Pazzo Sports bringing 2017 Liga MA Eke quarterfinalist Atlas Football Club to Greater Nevada Field on July 8th, a 7:30 kickoff. And what a treat for the fans here in Northern Nevada to get to see a quality side like Atlas come to town.
Atlas is a huge historic team in Mexico, one of the top teams in all of North America, and it'll be such a treat for people to come see them here at Greater Nevada Field.
I mean, to put this in perspective for someone that may not know Mexican soccer and their context in North America, I mean, is this like the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees? Is it on that level of kind of pedigree and history when it comes to Mexican soccer?
It's quite not the historic big two for Mexico, which are Club America and Chivas, but Atlas is a hugely supported team that's been in the top for a very long time. They don't have the money to compete that others do, but they have a very good youth setup, and they've developed amazing players like Rafa Marquez and Andres Guardado.
Yeah, it should be really neat. Tickets on sale now, Reno1868FC.com. Again, that is July 8th here at Greater Nevada Field with a kickoff of 7:30, and that should be a lot of fun getting to see that match. Juan Pablo Caffa on the set piece, and Andrew Tarbell is up to the challenge, trying to hold on to that clean sheet. They've been able to get a couple for Matt Bersano, hoping to get Tarbell his first here tonight.
And Tarbell has done well with what he's had to deal with, couple smart catches, couple punches away, but hasn't had a real dangerous shot to deal with yet.
It really is amazing how well Reno's defense has been these last couple games. I mean, all the attention goes to the goals, and that's what's sexy, the 6 goals Saturday, the 4 here today, the 4 in Phoenix, but this team has not given up a goal in their last 3 games.
No, they haven't. It's big contrast to where they were before, losing 5-3 to Real Monarchs and 4-0 to San Antonio. They've tightened up that back four. They've gotten a consistent center back partnership in Jordan Morel and Jimmy Ockford. They've had Brent Richards, who's been huge in the last 2 games, back from an injury. Really, his first 2 games of the season, stepped in and done a great job so far.
Some nice touching here from Tulsa. Morel trying to clear it away, and escorting that one out of bounds is Brady Ballou.
Nicely done from Ballou to get away from that tackle from Matt LaGrassa, earn a corner kick.
Been a lot of corners from the Roughnecks in this one. Here comes another from Caffa. Pretty deep again, this time way too much. It'll go over the head of Madhu Jadama and out of bounds. Four nothing Reno, 3 goals here in the second half. A penalty kick from Dane Kelly after Antoine Opano is taken down in the box. And then goals as well from Opano and Mafeka. Jimmy Ockford got it all started in the 43rd minute on a headed goal with Chris Weehan assisting. Next goal came in the 57th minute from Kelly. And then Mafeka and Kisiplis were 1 minute apart, 62nd and 63rd minutes of this match.
Looks like we're going to see a yellow card for Luis Fernandez. Comes in from the back. And yes, I think that's the right call. Tries to keep the pressure upfield. Sees how many numbers Reno 1868 have up front, but goes through the back of the legs of the Tulsa player.
Yeah, a lot of discipline in this one. 3 yellows for Tulsa and 3 as well for Reno.
Could be more. Refs let it on to be pretty physical.
In the 75th minute, Luis Felipe Fernandez has been issued a yellow card.
Brent Richards getting it out of the box, looking up for Luis Felipe Fernandez.
Good composure from Richards to find Fernandez into space.
Trying to spring Lindo Mafeka, but it was just out of his reach. As Bradley Bourgeois able to move it back towards midfield. Here's Savantesson. Ballou.
Well done by Ballou to find Joaquin Rivas between the lines, but Matt LaGrassa does a fantastic job of winning that ball back.
Antoine Opano had a shot there, but couldn't control it with a couple defenders in his way. Kosuke Kimura plays it forward for Ian Savantesson. 4 goals this season, tied for the team lead. Again, he did not start this match.
No, he did not. They looked like they went for a different approach. Try to get a lot of numbers in the midfield and then counterattack through Mata, but it was not able to work out for Tulsa today.
Junior Burgos with the ball teed up for him in the box. Right-footed strike. Too much, though. Nice pass there from Weehan as Burgos came in too strong. And we'll keep it 4-0 here into the 77th minute.
I think we're going to see Boxy Yamba come in for Antoine Opano.
Richards.
Well done from
Shoved
Calistri.
down. Calistri stays with it, though. Ockford clears it down temporarily. Ockford plays it up to Mafeka. Now Burgos. And back to Tulsa. It's funny, they've done this again now on the USL website. Looking over, they've got Reno at 3 wins already, so they've apparently decided that this one is over despite the 13 minutes remaining.
Maybe it's a thing they do as it stands, and it could change if something does happen.
That would make sense.
But you can't blame them for thinking that this game's done and dusted.
Seems like it is pretty close to being in the bag here with only, about 12 and a half minutes plus stoppage time, and Reno in command 4-0. And, this really helps them, again, that they've been able to have these kind of blowout wins. This is one of the most grueling stretches for the team in terms of the amount of games that they're going to play. And to get an opportunity to rest a guy like Dane Kelly and rest some of your other starters, and on the flip side, see some of the young talented players like Boxy Yumba, who we'll get to see here now in the second half. This really bodes well for Reno now here in the coming weeks.
Yeah, this is huge with a lot of runouts, 2 games in a week for a couple weeks, and this will be great for Reno 1868 to come out of this stretch with some wins, some big wins too, and really show Western Conference that they are a force to be reckoned with.
Jordan Morrell down to Kip Colby. Colby has it taken away by Savantesson. Kaffa.
That's a great ball by Kaffa to find Calistri.
Being guarded by Roberts. Left-footed strike knocked away by Ockford. Not out of trouble yet. Tries to head it again, and Richards this time will boot it away.
That's a good block by Ockford to sense the danger. Joaquin Rivas drifting into that space, and he blocks Rivas' shot well.
Kaffa waiting for Kimura. Being escorted by Fernandez. Kaffa into the box again. Rivas. Mata blocked by LaGrassa. And LaGrassa gets it out of trouble.
Excellent composure from LaGrassa to fake the clearance before finding space and hitting Boxyamba.
Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into the USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Slow to get up there is, I believe, Junior Burgos.
It is Burgos, but he looks okay. Have to come off of the field for a little bit because the trainer came on.
That'll slow down play a little bit here as we approach the final 10 minutes in regulation.
Tulsa have actually had a good spell for the last 5 or so minutes. Has some chances, able to get players in advanced positions and really threaten Reno.
Tarbell ready for a weak shot there from Joaquin Rivas and continues to keep this shutout intact.
Yeah, Joaquin Rivas slips through, but it falls to his weaker right foot, and it's an easy save for Tarbell in the end.
Weehan playing it forward. There's Boxy Yomba. Youngster, 20 years old from Atlanta, Georgia. Got to see him coming off the bench in the last game, and a young player with a bright future.
Yeah, grabbing an assist on Saturday across the ball in the far post for a Seth Kasipli tap in, and looked very good. He looked dangerous. Also scored an Open Cup last week against OSA. So he's someone with a bright future ahead for Ian Russell's Reno 1868.
Reminds me a little bit of the same skill set as Lindo Mafeka, just a smaller guy, very speedy, very disruptive.
Yeah, he's strong. He has that low center of gravity, and he can really hassle defenders and give them something to think about.
Colby takes it inside the box, back out for Burgos now. Nice composure here, left-footed strike and too far wide as Byers dove past that one out of bounds. And he'll quickly try and play it forward. Reno back in action this upcoming Saturday night. They'll be on the road in Colorado Springs against the Switchbacks, a team they'd like to get a little revenge against.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That will be a good matchup against Switchbacks, who they gave up that late equalizer against a few weeks ago here at Greater Nevada Field.
Yeah, 2-2 draw back on April 22nd. Chance to try and keep their win streak going, and then a very important match 1 week from tonight in Sacramento. Round 3 of the U.S. Open Cup, and if Reno can win that match, they will get to host a Major League Soccer team, Real Salt Lake, right here at Greater Nevada Field in the 4th round.
It will be an important derby match against Sacramento Republic, Reno's rivals. First time traveling to Sacramento, and it will be interesting to see how they do against a very strong Sac Republic team.
Yumba and Mafeka combining at the top of the screen there. Now Burgos sending it wide for Fernandez. Chris Weehan, Kip Colby. Now there's Weehan. Trying to touch it in front of Luis Felipe and booted away by Byers. Oh, a chance there for Sylvan Tesson, but he couldn't keep it contained. Could have had a runaway chance at the goal there in front of Tarbell. Instead, Tulsa will have to play it back and get some bodies ready.
Yeah, with Sylvan Tesson, he's not the kind of guy to run past a lot of players. He'll want to hold up the ball, get it out wide to someone like Calistri, and then get into the box and try and find that header.
Brent Richards Trying to split the wickets. Back to Tulsa, though. As Corrales tosses with Chris Weehan. Kaffa. Up to Rivas. Touch pass. Looking back towards Rivas, and Tarbell sniffs that one out. Racing up and diving on it to avoid trouble before Joaquin Rivas could get any kind of a shot on it.
Good, quick, clever play from Tulsa. And they almost find Rivas through the goal, but it's just a little too heavy for him, and Tarbell's able to claim that.
Yeah, nice little combination there, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that one-touch passing. That was good stuff from Tulsa. Really, the 4-0 scoreline might be a little bit, might not really reflect Tulsa's game today.
Yeah, it's a little misleading, isn't it?
I think they've played well today, but Reno have taken their chances very well, and they've shown how dangerous they can be in front of goal. Well done from Kip Colby there to get the ball to Luis Fernandez.
Junior Burgos trying to find Weehan, but taken away by Corrales. Mafeka. You can just see how tough he can be. Lindo Mafeka, relentless.
Yeah, he might be short in stature, but he will get in the end. He will fight for every single ball. He will win the ball, no matter, even if he is playing as a center attacking mid. He's so good defensively, and it's so crucial to the way Reno plays, being able to win the ball that high up the field.
Mafeka tripped up as Burgos waits for him. Sends it back to Mafeka, now wide for Weehan. Brent Richards back towards Jimmy Ockford. And all the way back to Andrew Tarbell. Nice headed play there by Weehan over to Mafeka, who gets wrapped up with Madhu Jadama. And it'll be Reno ball here as we head into the final about 4 minutes of play. I'll probably add a couple for stoppage, so maybe 6-7 minutes left in this match here tonight.
I can't imagine too much at 4-0. Probably 1 or 2.
Reno appears to be headed to 3 consecutive wins, and for Tulsa, 2 consecutive losses. Nice win there by Fernandez, keeping it alive.
That's a great win from Fernandez.
Fernandez again. Yumba trying to get it up to him.
Fernandez is showing he's buying in the way that Ian Russell wants to play. He's winning the ball half the field. He's releasing the ball quickly, and he's really fit in well with this Reno team.
You know, I think this entire team is starting to fit in well. I mean, they're just clicking, firing on all cylinders ever since that game in Phoenix. And really, it might have even started before that. I think that game against Colorado Springs, you started to see some good things for Reno, a match they really should have won, and they didn't ultimately get the result because of a late goal, but things have just steamrolled from there.
Yeah, I think signs have shown that Reno's a good team all season, but it just really hasn't quite gone their way. But the last 3 games, it's gone their way in a big, big way. They have shown how good of a team they can be.
Tulsa trying to avoid the shutout here tonight. Tarbell looking for that clean sheet. Here's Jadama. Gets a little bit of space from Mafeka. Headed away by Richards. Junior Burgos. Waiting to see what he wants to do with it. Sends it up to Yomba. Now back for Fernandez and booted forward by Kip Colby. Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Also, Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. Next home match at Greater Nevada Field, June 7th. 2 weeks from today when Rio Grande Valley, an affiliate of Houston. The Dynamo, Grand Valley, will be here a 7:30 kickoff. Back-to-back games, it'll be Rio Grande Valley and then Sacramento. First time Sac Republic will come to Greater Nevada Field for a regular season match. Savon Tesson centers it and cleared away by Richards, holding on to that shutout.
Yeah, Sac Republic was here in preseason for a very entertaining game, 3-3 draw.
And you have to imagine a lot of fans from that Tower Bridge Battalion will be coming down the hill, and should be a pretty nice atmosphere at Greater Nevada Field on June 10th.
Oh, nice to see some battle between the home fans and away fans. You don't get that a lot in USL, so when you do, it's always special.
I think there's always kind of an assumed rivalry that is going to exist between the two teams. They haven't even played each other yet, at least in a regular season game. But just because of how close they are with each other, that it would be a natural spot for a rival. 2 minutes of stoppage time added here tonight in downtown Reno. Kosuke Kimura advances it up for Calistri.
Well done from Weehan to sense the danger. He saw LaGrassa out of position trying to win that tackle, and he was able to cover for him in that hole in front of the defense and does well to win that tackle.
Reno moments away from finishing off their third consecutive shutout and third consecutive win. We'll see if they can close out Tulsa here in these final seconds. Here's Kimura. Not enough there as it's headed away by Roberts. Kaffa. In for Rivas. Pops it up. There they're trying to find Savon Tussin, trying to use his height to his advantage, but too much there on the lob as he'll now trip up Kip Colby.
Reno will take their time taking this free kick. Let some people get up the field, relieve that pressure. Almost tried to find a quick Delindo Mafeka, but ref calls it back.
And that is the match here tonight. Reno, once again, a dominant performance here in the United Soccer League as they have won 3 consecutive games in shutout fashion. And again, ever since halftime, this game was not even close.
Yeah, Tulsa Roughnecks have to be happy with their first half performance until that Jimmy Ockford header, and then the tide switched, and Reno were able to get those 4 goals and really dominate that second half.
Ockford, see him there wearing the captain's sleeve, had a headed goal at the end of the game on Saturday against Seattle, and today in the 44th minute gave Reno the 1-0 advantage, and they would just pile on goals from there, adding goals from 3 other players throughout the rest of the night, and an exciting finish for Reno here this evening. Hopino, as well as Mafeka and Kelly, adding goals to finish off this 4-0 win over Tulsa. And for Reno, they are now 3-3-2 on the year. And with those added points, they are now right back in the mix in the Western Conference. That moves them up to 9th. Hard to believe after the way this season started.
Yeah, not the greatest start to the season. People were writing off Reno, but it's a long, long season, and they're starting to show a form of how class of a team they could be. And really, in the month of May, they might have been the best team in USL.
Well, we'll come back after a quick break in our post game. We'll look at some of the highlights from this one tonight. Again, the final, Reno 4, Tulsa 0. This is United Soccer League action on My21 TV. those things, it's like.
All kids 12 and under are welcome to the field for post-match kicks. Line up at section 118 to go down to the field and get your chance to make a goal. And fans, you can also get autographs and pictures with the Reno 1868 players. Head to the bottom of sections 101 through 104 now. Join us Wednesday, June 7th, as Reno 1868 welcomes Rio Grande Valley FC with a kickoff at 7:30 p.m. Enjoy Wet Wednesday specials like $2 select beers and $2 small sodas. To purchase your tickets, visit the ticket office or Reno1868fc.com.
That's the scene here tonight in downtown Reno. The Battle-Born Brigade enjoying this one here tonight as Reno absolutely rolls over Tulsa. A 4-0 final and 3 consecutive wins now for this Reno 1868 football club. Colin, let's take a look at the highlights from this contest here tonight as Reno is able to get the goal in the first half from Jimmy Ockford, and what a great headed goal that was.
Yeah, we saw numbers from Tulsa get sucked in, and then Jimmy Ockford was able to get that free header.
Beautiful job here for Reno. Chance for Kelly earlier in the half, and then Kelly earned a free kick off of the Antoine Hoppino when he was taken down in the box, and Kelly would score the second goal, and then Matt LaGrassa almost had his first goal of the season, but then the hits just kept on coming. Lindo Mafeka, what a goal that was.
Quality goal from Lindo Mafeka on the outside of his left boot. Really fantastic finish. Got to be up there for goal of the week.
And Reno would cap things off as Antoine Opino came racing in. Watch what Dane Kelly does here. He had a chance to strike that one himself. Instead, he lets his teammate Opino come up. The big right-handed uppercut celebration. Good to see him finally get his first goal. The amount of goals he has contributed to, in particular being taken down in the box 3 times now in the last 2 games, it's about time that he got a goal of his own.
In his last 2 games, he's been such a lethal striker, even though he does only have that 1 goal. He's been so good at getting behind the defense and really getting taken down in the box. 3 penalties earned for him in the last 2 games. Opino has to be very proud of his performance today.
And Ian Russell must be very proud of this team right now. A club that started with 3 losses and 2 draws, and now they have won 3 consecutive matches. And boy, you'd love to see this team get a chance to get after some of the top teams in the circuit again, because I think the way that they're playing right now, they'd love to see an RSL or a San Antonio again.
I think they can beat anyone on their day now. They are looking so lethal in front of goal and have completely tightened up their defense. 14 goals for, 0 against in their last 3 games. Really astounding from Reno 1868 the last week and a half.
Pretty incredible. Let that sink in. 14 goals for, 0 against in their last 3 matches. Again, Reno's going to hit the road this weekend. They'll play in Colorado Springs. Next Wednesday, U.S. Open Cup match in Sacramento. And then after that, following Wednesday, back here at Greater Nevada Field, where they will take on Rio Grande Valley. Copyright of this broadcast owned by USL Productions, LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of USL Productions is prohibited. Been an absolute pleasure once again with you here. Want to say thanks to our crew here at Greater Nevada Fields. For Colin Tabor, I'm Alex Margulies saying so long from downtown Reno, where the 1868 Football Club wins again, 4-0, the final score. Have a great night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.
Commentating the whole season.
There you go, man. Showing up, bro. You have 10 goals for and 0 against. Alright. Good job, guys. That's awesome. Awesome job. Yeah, awesome game, man.
The only thing Ian Russell told me, he was like, don't talk shit about the team. That's all I'm asking. When I did, on Saturday.
Yeah, he's like, just don't.
Yeah. He's like, don't talk shit about the team. And I was like, I don't need to, man.
Yeah, right.
Keep this up. I've never have to say a bad thing.
Yeah,